The reason your conversations don't go the way you want to, the reason why you may not feel that you're making progress with getting to know people and getting people to like you is because you're afraid. You're afraid of being yourself. You're afraid of being judged. You're afraid of being rejected. But most importantly, in this topic, you're afraid of saying what you want to say. I'm telling you, if you want to have better conversations, there's no conversation starter that's going to get you there. There's no tip and trick. It's all about being confident. It's all about knowing what you want and being able to communicate that. That is all a conversation is. That is the only reason why you text. Yes, it's going to be fun. Yes, there's going to have entertaining moments, but it's all about you communicating something that you want. It's all about you communicating a certain idea. And oftentimes when we get around people that we like, we get nervous. We fear rejection. We fear being judged. But when you're around people you don't like, you just say all these crazy things and you're like, man, why am I so funny around these girls and people that I don't like? But when I'm around somebody I like, I freeze up. It's because you're not worried about being judged. You're flowing freely. You see how much better of a person, you see how much better your conversation is and your social skills are when you're not worried about being judged, when you're not worrying about being perfect, when you're just free, when you're allowing things to be, right? So you see that now as a problem. Now you have to work on it. You have to put it into practice. You have to keep doing these things and put your mindset back into the place, where it should be normal, or as if you're talking to people that you're not interested in. You have to practice those things and become desensitized to these things. But I'm telling you, you have to be confident. That is how you make the next step. That's how you advance the conversation. Because like I said, everybody posts the same tips and tricks. Everybody posts the same conversation starters, but it's what you do with them. A conversation starter is simply just something for you to grasp on, it's like a relatable topic, right? Like a conversation starter may be, what's something you're afraid of more than anything, right? You're trying to see who they are. And inside of that answer, you build upon that instead of being so direct, like, hey, where are you from? And they're like, oh, I'm from Kansas. Well, you want to, what part of the country are you from? Oh, I'm from Kansas, blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, how was it living up there? Like that stuff is not important right now. That stuff is not important. We get all those things out the way. We actually want to know. We're curious, right? But it's about the confidence to advance those things. Maybe you could slip in something like, well, I would love to visit your hometown with you one day, setting up those future interactions. You get what I'm saying? But you're just being bold. Being bold is all about announcing what you want to announce. It's all about announcing the elephant in the room. If I'm with a girl and we looking at each other and she look at my lips and I, look back at my eyes and I look at her lips and look back at my eyes, I'm gonna get close to her, right? I'm gonna say, what's on your mind? What's on your mind? Hmm? What's on your mind? I could tell you what's on my mind. Do you, I'm not. I'm breaking character, by the way. I could tell you what's on my mind, right? You can go in for it. You can kiss him. You can even announce it. Know what's about to happen, right? Anyways, that was all. That was a stunt. But I'm telling you, you have to be bold. You have to speak about what you want to speak about. For example, right? And this, I'm gonna give y'all a bunch of examples so y'all can see how these things work in certain situations. Okay. So I was sitting in the car with a girl one day, and we're just having this conversation about music, which is an easy topic to flow about. When you just in the moment, bro, you don't have to worry about these things. Y'all be thinking too much, including self, right? We think too much about things when you just have to flow. So we talking about songs, we're talking about a playlist. We're literally talking about a playlist for like an hour. Then some of that music started coming on, right? And I'm like, okay. She playing a little music, and she went from sitting forward to pointing her body at me, almost opening up to me. So I'm like, yeah, I see where this is going. So I'm just talking to her. I take my hand, I just rub her leg. Just rub her leg. That's all I'm doing. I just rub her leg. Then she takes her feet and put them across my legs. So I keep rubbing her legs. Keep rubbing her legs, right? So eventually, she's looking at me. I'm looking at her. She's looking at me. I'm looking at her. I was just saying, You might as well just come sit in my lap. And she came and sat in my lap. For one, I'm showing the confidence to lead and advance these things, right? And I'm announcing the elephant is in the room. Like, you looking at me, you literally inching over here by me. You got your legs in my lap. Then, you know what I'm saying? She turning over, laying her body across my lap. I'm like, bro, you might as well just come get in my lap. I'll hold you, little baby. It's okay. I'll hold you. Okay? I'll hold you. It's as simple as that. You're advancing these things. You're saying what needs to be said. You're saying what's on everyone's mind, right? A girl may post something on social media. I'm not too big on oh my God, you look so good. You know what I'm saying? But you could sprinkle in a little something. You know what I'm saying? You could compliment the outfit. You can compliment all these things. But that's not really the kicker. It's about what you do with that. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Right? You may talk about a outfit, blah, 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 blah. Y'all talk. You might tell her you want to go shopping with her one day, right? You know what I'm saying? Y'all might go on a little excursion. And you know, these things come with time. You're just not going to walk up to someone like, yeah, let's go shopping. But what I'm telling you is you got to have that confidence to say what you want to say. You got to have that confidence to move things forward. I know y'all done got in them situations when you with a girl and something going on. You do not want to talk about, you know, something. So you start hinting at it, right? But closed mouths don't get fed. You know them people who come around and like, you got pistachios, right? And you like, man, these pistachios, you know what I'm saying? They hitting, man. And they come around and they're like, oh my God, you got pistachios? You're like, yup. You're like, man, it's been a while since I had pistachios. Like, oh, okay. Like, man, when I was young, I used to love eating pistachios. Oh, okay. Yeah, man, that's the green bag too. They salted too. Man, I love pistachio. Okay. Now what they really saying is, yo, I'm afraid to ask, can I have some pistachios? So if somebody can notice that in a simple scenario like that, when you beat around the bush, when you keep asking these interview questions and you keep just being boring and not saying what you want to say, people notice that. And it's a turnoff, honestly. Like, if you want something from me, just ask. Closed mouths don't get fed. So if you feel a certain way, communicate that. Do I mean be disrespectful? Do I mean do this in an uncalculated manner? Absolutely not. Because people give you many different options. They give you different opportunities. As I said before, these things can happen in person. These things can happen on social media, right? I seen a girl listening to some music one time on Instagram. I slipped. I was like, oh, you listen to Frank Ocean? And she was like, yeah, I do. I said, well, let's make a deal. You get your best playlist. I'll bring all the best snacks. And we'll have a jam session, right? She was down for it. Cool. Right? So, like I said, man, it's really not about what you say. It's really more so about how you say it and when you say it. You know what I mean? It's just about communicating what you want. It's like, stop wasting time. Your goal shouldn't be to get to know anyone through text. Like, you texting for 6 months. Meet up with these people. Every conversation, every interaction, it's not gonna go well. Even with your wife, with your lover, your spouse, your friends, every conversation is not the best. Sometimes people I am the closest to, we have dry conversations. It's like, yeah, bro, what's been going on? Work. What about you? Work, man. And we'll sit there on the phone for 40 minutes because it's just about that aura. It's just about that presence. Everything don't have to be said. You know what I'm saying? Every moment don't have to be, you know, filled with noise, because silence is loud itself. Silence is loud enough sometimes. But we have the tendency of feeling insecure about conversation and insecure about situations, so we feel the need to fill all space in. You never let a conversation go silent. But if you let a conversation go silent, it shows you have the confidence to let things breathe. Sometimes things don't need to be said. Sometimes you have to have those periods of silence. Sometimes you just need to look into someone's eyes and gaze, because your eyes speak too. When I tell you to be more confident in your conversation, I don't only mean verbally. Those eyes tell stories too, right? Because if you like a girl and you want her and you like this, you're telling her what you like her, but you're scared of her. But when you lock in on the target, you know what I'm saying? The eyes don't lie. The eyes do not lie. So you have to be more confident in your conversation. In your conversation. In your conversation, you have to be more confident. And also, inside of this confidence, one thing I will always testify for is listening, bro. If you listen, if you listen to the way people respond, if you observe the way people react towards you, you will notice whether they like you or not. You will notice whether you're wasting your time or not. And things do take time to build up to a certain point. But if you really want to know how someone feels about you, give them a call. See if they answer. I understand some people don't answer. Give them a text. See how they respond. If it's somebody you know, go up behind them and tap them on the back. When they turn around, do they raise their eyebrows like, or is it like when they see you? I'm telling you, bro, there's so many ways to figure out whether people like you. But when you know, and it's really not that simple. Y'all be thinking about it too much, including self. You know what I'm saying? We think too much. Just be. Literally, just be. And one thing I must, reiterate is you're not going to have the greatest conversations with everybody. Every conversation is not going to go as planned. Every person is not meant to be your person. So 9 times out of 10, the rule I have is if someone is boring, if they don't make the energy to have good conversation through text, it really don't bother me, because texting to me is logistical. Hey, my schedule is this for the week. Let's meet on Friday if you're down. We can go painting and get ice cream, right? I don't really expect all the hee hee ha ha through text. It happens, cool, right? But phone call is the next step. We already know meeting in person is number one, but we're talking about alternatives. Like I said, to me, texting is logistical. Talking on the phone, that's more interactive. You get to hear their voice, you get to hear the tone in which they say things. And the more you speak to people, the more you'll be able to read their tone. Like I can read tone through text. You could send hey with one Y, and I can tell the difference between hey and hey. Like I just know, right? It's energy. But texting is logistical. Don't think too much on text. And some people don't want to get on the phone. But if you have that confidence in yourself, like, look, I don't really do the texting. If you want to talk, let's get on the phone. Watch this. If they say they don't want to get on the phone, maybe they are nervous, right? But if you tell them, if you want to talk to me, and I don't mean like, hey, if you want to talk to me, then just call me. It's like, look, I don't really text. It's not my thing. So let's just get on the phone and have a phone call. They're like, man, I'm nervous. Like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's just us. We're getting to know each other, blah, 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 blah. If they call you, if they allow you to be on the phone with them, if they make time to get on the phone with you, even though they're nervous, right? There may be some interest there. Okay? And when we meeting people in person, it's more, it's an easier thing to see whether they're interested in you. What effort do they make to talk to you? Because that's what the listening and the observing comes from. You're seeing the way they react to you, seeing the way they make effort to talk to you and be with you and all these things. Understand what I'm saying? But it all goes back to you being confident, having the faith, having the trust, having the confidence in yourself to lead, saying what you want to say, not holding back, but being respectful all in one. That is the way you get what you want, my friend. When you beat around the bush, people don't respect you, right? Because you don't have the confidence to communicate your wants and needs, and it shows a sign of weakness. So if I needed a conversation video or a video that helped me conversate more, this is the video I would want. This is the conversation I would want, right? Be confident in what you want. Communicate what you want and own it. Listen and observe what people say, how they say it, and what efforts they make to be around you and talk to you. And just be yourself, simply and truly. And once again, my people, dating, relationships, friendships, that is not all there is to life. You can literally go find something else to do in the meantime if these things do not work out for you. Because life is not a guaranteed thing. Nothing in life is 100% except death and taxes. So I know that dating is like quantum physics and things now, but it's cool. It's still simple at the end of the day. You just got to believe that. So I love you. I might disappear for a few, go into the bat cave, take a little mental rest, and work on some crazy projects for y'all. But regardless, I hope all is well. I love you. And I'll see you when I see you.